Hey there, Adam Erhart here, Modern Marketing Strategist, and welcome to the Modern Marketing Show, where we help you make marketing that matters. And on today's episode, we're talking all about one of the hot button issues of 2018, which is data privacy, and especially the topics surrounding the Facebook privacy problem. So it's no surprise that Facebook has come under a lot of heat in the last few months, specifically in regards to data privacy, how much they've got access to, and what they're doing to keep that information secure. Specifically, one of the biggest complaints when it comes to data privacy is a feeling of helplessness that people get when they're kind of forced to use these platforms and forced to put all their information on them, and then the company does nothing to do anything to protect it, to keep it safe, and to keep it out of the hand of spammers or scammers or kind of unethical organizations that'll use it against them. So to this point, I've got a couple things. First of all, no one's forcing you to use Facebook or to use Google. That said, I understand they've got kind of a monopoly on this whole online thing. So if you choose to participate in this world, well, you're going to have to kind of use those organizations and those software pieces. So with all that said, the argument to not have to use Facebook or Google, that's kind of a moot point. You basically have to use Facebook and Google, especially if you're involved in online business. Okay, so now that we've got that covered, next, do they have an obligation to keep your data safe? I'm pretty sure we're all going to be in agreement here that yes, they do have an obligation to try and keep your data safe. All right, so moving right along. Now let's say that someone that's unethical or a spammer or a scammer gets a hold of your data. Well, whose fault is this? Is it Facebook's? Is it Google's? And how much data do they really need to have? First of all, in regards to protecting the data, yeah, that absolutely is going to fall under Facebook or under Google to keep your information safe and secure on their platform. There's a bee around here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get stung. Now, granted, there are limits to how much data you may want to or may have to upload to the program, including credit card numbers or date of birth or relationship status or anything to do with your socioeconomic background or anything like that. So yes, you can be cautious, but here's the reality. Yes, Facebook and Google and other platforms like that have a lot of information, and you do upload a lot of information to them voluntarily often, and sometimes they go and scrape it or get it from other sources. But that's kind of the point that I want to make. You see, the way that Facebook gets most of their data is from other sources. You see, anytime that we create a Facebook ad or do some kind of targeting based on, let's say, income, well, where Facebook is getting this income data is from your credit card and from your bank. So this means if you don't want Facebook to have the information about your credit card or about your bank, you really got to go talk to your bank. And in fact, for the vast majority of targeting options available and all the data that Facebook has stored, well, they're collecting this from all sorts of different places, including where you buy insurance or if you have a mortgage or where you do your shopping, both online and offline. All of this data is aggregated and then sold to Facebook. Now, of course, Facebook has come under heavy fire because they've got such a massive impact and a massive role to play in the world we now live. But the reality is that unless you're willing to live completely off the grid, you've got some data out there. And businesses are going to be using it. So at this point, you really have two choices. One is you can really dive in and understand the laws and the protection around your data and around what it's being used for, and you can take the necessary and any precautionary steps to make sure that you're covered and make sure your data is safe. After all, identity fraud is no joke. But once you've accepted that this level of openness, this level of transparency, and this level of access to data isn't going away, and in fact, it may be getting worse, well, the next thing you have to decide is, are you willing to play along, or are you going to take extreme actions and go completely off the grid, which would also mean getting rid of any property, getting rid of any credit cards, stopping all your spending and limiting it to just cash, and essentially swearing off the system in whole. Yeah, it might work for a select few, but if you've got a business to run, that's a fast way to tank your sales. A safer and less extreme option is simply to take some time and go through the Facebook privacy settings. Take a look at what data is being shared and with who. You might want to maybe turn off who can see your birthday, for example, or if you've got any preferences in regards to pages you like or anything like that, and maybe just limit the access that other people have. But once that's done, you have to understand that you are playing in their world. It's scary, I know. But it's the world we now live in. So, does Facebook have a privacy problem? Yeah, probably. Is it going away anytime soon? Not likely. And do they get most of their data from other sources anyway? Yes, definitely. It's just that Facebook is an easy scapegoat. After all, they've kind of brought to the forefront this whole data privacy issue, so we need someone to blame. And they are at fault for letting a lot of data leak when they really shouldn't have. And not that it excuses it, but so have many others many times before, and it's probably going to happen again. So with all that said, keep your data as safe as you possibly can, but then understand there are inherent risks involved with playing in the world that we now live in. So let me know, do you have any tips for keeping your data safe? Have you ever been the victim of identity fraud or data breach or anything like that? Or is there any software or tools or anything else you can recommend? If so, I'd love to hear them in the comment section below this video so that we can all be a little bit safer and a little bit more secure. All right, with all that said, I'm going back inside to hook up to the Matrix so I can upload this video. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have any questions, comments, tips, or suggestions for a future video, be sure to leave them in the comments section below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, hit the little notification bell, and I'll catch you next time on The Modern Marketing Show.